Presentation okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn everybody back off now. It seems like everybody can hear me. Um, okay. So I'm gonna turn this back to presenter mode now, and I'm going to um, blow this up a little bit for those who are watching on Periscope. Okay, that's a lot of it. All right, so we're back here. So our key message throughout the presentation, and I just want you guys to just keep this in mind. Our key message is like confidence transcends into being fearless, and that into adaptability, which which is just a prime example of what I had to do. I had to try to find a way to adapt to like the technical difficulties I was just having. Like man, that was just pretty embarrassing. All right. Okay, so let's talk about who this is for. Okay, this particular information is for entrepreneurs in need of sales, military veterans who may be transitioning to civilian life, and just anybody really who just wants to just create their skills or amplify their talents and their skills, find out what their true talents and skills are, or if you know what your talents and skills are, you just want to, you want to amplify them. You want to just express them the right way. You want to, turn them into some type of currency so you can be successful in life. Okay. Now here's the fun part. Here's like a little short poll here that I'm gonna ask everybody in the room. So, how many that are watching right now feel like they're stuck in a routine? If you feel like you are stuck in a routine, you know, let me know by saying yes, or the number one. You can say put the number one up, in the chat box, or you can light me up. Hold on. Let me first of all, so how many? Okay, I got one on Periscope that says yes, they feel stuck in a routine. Anybody else feels like they're stuck in a routine? Okay, all right. Well, I have given everybody an opportunity to answer yes or no to that question. So let's keep moving forward. All right. So this is what you're gonna learn here today. All right. For those who feel stuck in like they're stuck in a routine or feel like you know things could be much better than what it is. Okay, you're gonna learn how to escape out of those bad cycles. Okay, you're gonna learn how to escape out of the bad patterns of your life. Okay, you also you're gonna learn how to become more radical when it comes to like taking chances. Okay, when it comes to like being more confident and being the type of person who who steps out and just and take chances in your life and do things that's going to draw you back some results. You may feel like you may not have been getting the type of results you want to be getting. You might have been getting results, but you may not have been getting the type of results you really truly want. Okay, so that's one of the things you will learn. You're also going to learn today, how to challenge yourself. So many of us we won't take the chance to challenge ourselves and push ourselves to the next level. Okay, and last but not least, you're going to learn how to appreciate wins. Okay, you're going to be able to accept the wins and better appreciate them as they come, because that's one big of a problem. A lot of us, we don't realize how many wins we have in our lives, and when the wins comes, we just let them grow by, and we don't appreciate them, and what ends up happening, uh, we end up missing the opportunity to have some type of gratitude, for the little things. Okay, the little things is what leads to the big things. this is what everybody's watching will win here today. So everybody will win this opportunity here today. And that's an opportunity to have a 60-minute transformation clarity call with me. So you make it to the end of this presentation here tonight, you will have the opportunity to take advantage of a free 60-minute transformation clarity call with me. So for those who are skeptical about this presentation, those who are like worried or got some type of concerns, you may be thinking like, is this some type of cliche motivation? And my answer to that is no. This is not no motivation. This is no rah rah, get up on your feet, start dancing, clapping your hands type of message here that I'm giving you tonight. And then you might be asking like or thinking, how can you teach confidence? Well, confidence can be taught. Especially if you getting it from a person who's had like experiences with being able to have to exercise some type of form of confidence. The best way to learn confidence is from getting it from a confident person. And then you might ask, why are you sharing this? Because there's a lot of people in the world who lack the confidence, the confidence, who lack the ability to recognize the bad patterns in their lives, who lack the ability to recognize the bad cycles that they've been stuck in, and like I said, like I have been there, I have experienced this in my life, throughout my life. And then the next question you might ask, do I have to spend a lot of money? That's totally up to you. You don't have to buy anything from me. This is free information that I'm giving you. This is totally a special. There's nothing you have to buy. Don't feel like you're pressured to buy anything. Okay? Next question, is this a scam? No, this is not a scam. All right? Like I'm literally right now broadcasting this on like 3 different platforms right now. And I've been doing this now for 3 years now, and once again, I've been entrepreneur for 7 years, and I have seen success in my life. I have seen failure in my life, but not enough where I need to scam anybody. Okay, especially when my name's attached to it. Okay, so then you might ask, why are there so many coaches? There's so many coaches because, believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there who don't even know they need a coach. So it's a really underserved industry right now. There's not enough coaches right now. In fact, if you feel like you have a calling to be a coach, we need you. And last but not least, is this evil or occult teaching? I'm not a part of any religious order, so like this is no occult teaching. This is not evil. This is not hocus pocus. So do not worry about that. There's nothing I'm going to be doing that can harm you, because I don't want to put myself at any harm or take the risk of putting spells on myself. Okay. So right now, is there any questions so far? So I'll give you the opportunity right now. If you have any questions right now, you can ask them. Type them in. Okay. Good water. Okay, this is why we are different. Okay, so like many people have attended webinars in the past. Some of you may have like heard of a webinar but never attended one. Some of you, this may be the first webinar you ever attended, and you want to really figure out like, okay, how is this different from any other the other like webinars or conferences I ever seen advertised and stuff. And I say to you, this is what others say. This is what the other people who's doing the same type of conferences and webinars and training that I do. They always say you need to think positive. What I say instead is like, you need to just communicate the real you. Be the real you. It's one thing to be positive, but like, how can you be positive and not be the real you at the same time? You cannot fake being positive, and that's what a lot of people do. They fake being positive, instead of just communicating who they really are. Next, they tell you like be motivated, be motivated, 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 and be motivated again. And then I say, okay, how can you be motivated without creating a plan? You need a plan, to stick to stay organized so that you can begin to like work your way in towards something, and then have a step by step process so that you are not finding yourself stuck and or losing the ability to be motivated. That's a lot of us. That's what happens. We lose the ability to be motivated rather than like staying excited, staying driven, on like a plan, a sure plan. And plans are not always gonna go as planned, but if you have something that can guide you and show you the way, you're gonna be more excited about it rather than like just going about doing stuff and just faking being motivated and driven about it. And then one thing these so-called coaches and other seminars and webinars and conference and trainings, what they always say, you need to choose to be motivated. Okay, I say forget all that choosing to be motivated. Just take some doggone action in your life. Okay, if you ain't been doing nothing, now's the time to do something right now. And I commend you right now for even choosing to watch this presentation and put up with me right now. Okay, because like you could be anywhere else or doing anything else, but you're here with me, and I greatly appreciate that. Okay. All right, so next slide. Now, what we wanna do, we wanna transform. I'm hoping, that you get these three things out of the presentation here tonight. If you don't learn anything else, I want you to be able to learn how to transform, being able to, stop avoiding. You want to stop avoiding. Okay, whatever you've been avoiding in your life to do, whatever you've been avoiding that has scared you senseless, or whatever you have been avoiding about like the real issues in your life, I'm telling you tonight that you need to stop doing it. Okay, we're going to transform the way you're thinking. Okay, I want you to also to gradually, not right away, gradually start sharing. So whatever hidden talent you got in there, whatever skill set you have, or whatever idea you have, whatever goal you always dreamed about, the dreams you have, like that you daydream about, the dreams you fall asleep to, whatever it is, I want you to start gradually being able to share and express those. Okay, and then last but not least, I want you to right away start making some radical decisions. I want to help you to learn how to be able to make radical decisions in your life without fear. Here's an overview. So you're going to learn how to take a tough self-examination. You're going to learn how to properly think, aka focus, and begin to share, the things that, that you hold back on. All right, and then you're also going to learn how to begin to act and be more radical. So acting and being radical. You have to act the part, okay? Once you know what your part is, you got to start acting in that part and being more radical. Our key message here tonight, once again, confidence transcends into being fearless, and that into adaptability. So confidence will transcend into being fearless and being able to be adaptable to any type of situation. So keep that in mind, and if you haven't already, you might want to write that down or screenshot it if you're using your phone, whatever. So let's talk about part one. So part one, tough self-examination. And we already halfway into the webinar, so we halfway there. We might finish early. First things first, you need to get to know you, rather that be the positive or the negative part of you. And that's the problem too. Like, we start thinking like, okay, well, I only need to know the positive side of who I am. Forget the negative. I'm going to avoid that. I'm telling you, no. Know whatever your good is and whatever your bad is. For me personally, um, I always like paid attention more to like the bad part of me. I did that a lot when I was like growing up, and like I always like was thinking like, man, like, I'm always shy. I'm always scared to like speak up. I'm always just, not standing up for myself. I'm always missing the opportunity to do something or speak on something that I know how to do. I knew that very well about myself, but what I did not recognize or got real familiar and close up with was like all the positive traits about myself. I missed out on those things, and for that I lost a lot of years. I would have had a lot more years. I would be a lot more farther ahead, had I like got to know myself sooner. Okay, so know both the positive, negative you. And how you do this, the best way to get to know the positive and negative side about yourself, the best way is to start remembering all the events that you were a part of. Rewind the clock, hop into a a time machine, so to speak, and start remembering all the events you can that like shaped out who you are. All the things you have experienced. So I mean, even thinking right now, what events can you remember? About yourself and about your life. There's a famous R&B Grammy-winning singer um, from back in the days. Her name's Mary J. Blige. She says, "Only God knows where the story ends for me, but I know where the story begins." And that's very important, man. That's very important to know. Like, so many of us, like, we forget that the story always began with us. And because of that, we are the ones who know our story better than anybody. Keep that in mind. So what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about self-examination, being able to examine yourself is very important. It's hella important. Okay? It ain't just important, it's hella important. Okay? See, there's results of inaction to a self examine versus action to examine. Okay? You get results out of either. All right? Rather you take any action at all, or rather you do take some action to self-examine yourself. Okay, so the first part of that is like when we don't take the time out to examine ourselves, when we don't take that action, we tend to hide or conceal the true part of ourselves. What does that look like? Okay, so what it looks like, you do not grow. You start losing growth. Okay, so you won't grow as a person. Your spirit won't grow. Okay, all the things that that like are good about you won't grow and go to the next level. It becomes like a cancer. Okay, it's very cancer. It's cancer like. So once you start hiding things about yourself, concealing things about yourself, you start like you start like spreading that to other parts of yourself, and it kills you slowly. All right, and then you have an endless pattern of fear, countless amounts of fear over and over and over again. All right, so we got to stop that. Instead, what you should be doing, you should be gaining more, knowledge about yourself. So that way you have an understanding about your weaknesses and your strengths, you too also will be able to heal more properly away from the things that have hurt you in the past, things that may hurt you now presently. You heal better when you begin to have better knowledge of yourself. And then lastly, you can be adaptable. You are more confident. You are more confident, and you are able to adapt to the things that may scare you off, or to the things that may uh, take you off course. And what ends up happening, the last thing, once you begin to stop hiding, concealing, and begin to have better knowledge of yourself, you can better reflect. You want to reflect. You want to always be able to reflect on who you are as a person at the end of the day. Okay? At the end of every day, at the start of every day. And even throughout the day. Forget it. So here's a question for you guys, a poll question. How many enjoy ice cream? So how many enjoy ice cream? I mean, it seems like a silly question, right? But I do. I love ice cream. You know, um, although I'm lactose intolerant, I love ice cream. And then we got this guy that came up here. But I love ice cream. I love ice cream. It's the best. And the type of ice cream I really really love. I really love. I like the cookies and cream ice cream. I just had some cookies and cream last night, but I like cookies and cream with marshmallow flavor, with the marshmallow fluff that you can put in it. Oh man, it's the best. Like I always go to a spot here in Milwaukee called Oscars. Oh, I either go there or I go over to the south side to Leon's. Um, Cops, they got some good ice cream too. There's a place called Cops here in Milwaukee too. They got good ice cream too, but man, Oscars really do it for me. All right, moving right along. Is there any questions so far? We're 37 minutes in. We're doing very good. We just got a couple more slides left. We getting through. We'll be done with this thing in just no time. All right, here we go. Part two. We on to part two. We got one more part left. So part two, thanking and sharing. We're gonna talk about how to properly thank and how to properly share. Okay, so let's hear it. How many of you find it hard to share? Who finds it? Who in the room finds it hard to share? Okay. If you do, just either raise your hand or simply type it in the chat box. You can do that as well. All right. Okay, but here's something for you. If you find it hard to share, here's why. Right here. Here's a little pie chart here. Okay. So if you look here, we have no problem sharing the truth, facts, or history about the things we like and the things that are a part of like our career or what we currently doing in our life. So if we attend school, or if we like in a job or some type of career or some type, or if we have some type of business or something, we got no problem with sharing about that, things about that, as well as the things we like. And that's very interesting. And next after that is like things we don't like. We had no problem telling people the things we don't like. You know what I'm saying? And it's really funny actually. It's like, dude, like you gonna tell me everything you don't like, right? You just gonna sit up here and tell me everything you don't like. Like, okay, that's cool. I guess I'll tell you the things I don't like too. And then next after that, and it's kind of like a tie between like you like the your associates, so your family, and like the associates you deal with. Okay, so it's like a tie, like so people have no problem, like people start getting a kind of little bit worried about sharing things about their family and their friends and associates. Like sometimes they won't tell you the complete truth. They'll tell you some stuff. Like sometimes it won't be the complete truth. Sometimes it be like one or two facts. Like when you first meet somebody, or even as you begin to meet them, they still ain't gonna tell you everything, but they'll tell you a little bit, to the point where they won't feel very uncomfortable. But the biggest thing, you guessed it, what people always tend to conceal or hide, is your secrets, your deep, dark secrets. Or it could be not even dark secrets. It could be like, just some silly things that like, you just don't want everybody to know. And like, and what I say to that, like, it's like, dude, you got to get out of that, like you can't just be like, man, I ain't, I don't trust this person. I'm not going to say anything, or I'm going to just, like beat around the bush a lot, not share. I mean, you'll be surprised who you'll be surprised who share like some of the similar, secrets or similar like bad experiences, whatever it might be. You'd be surprised, who share those. And like, yeah, that's why you got to get that stuff out of there, man. Some in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and then there's the famous Jim Roth. Jim Roth said, "The more you pour out, the more life will be able to pour into you." So the more things you offer out into the world, there's a more high of a chance that more things will be poured back into you. Meaning like you'll get answers to like things you are stuck on, or you will get that opportunity just because you was willing to express more things that you held within. You know, you will get you know you'll get be able to get like the things that like you really been wanting to get, or you've been shooting for, or you'll be able to have a better connection in a relationship with a person, whether that be a professional relationship, a romantic relationship. It could be just a better family relationship. But the more you offer out, the more you get and get the opportunity to release the things that you holding within. The more love or more answers will be poured back into you. Very important. Okay. Next, you really though have to listen to yourself. Sometimes we don't take the opportunity to listen, really listen on what's going on with us. There's a lot going on with us, but we do not take the chance, the time out or the chance, or give ourselves a chance to really listen to ourselves. And that's just simply, sitting there, quiet, really hearing what's on your heart, really hearing what's on your mind. You have to do that to better understand yourself and really begin to understand what's going on with you. Okay? If you ain't doing that, I'm here to tell you that, like, man, you really don't know yourself. You really don't. You really don't. And lack of knowledge of self is where we go wrong at. As I mentioned earlier. So you have to replace words from the thoughts. So the thoughts you're gonna have, once you do start practicing how to really listen to yourself, you got to start replacing those words that's like coming in your mind, all the things that's like really that's just like overwhelming you, the things that's like got you kind of confused or feeling like dude these are the things that really depress us, the words. Okay, I think the worst thing we could have done growing up was learn the English language or whatever language we speak. You know, that was the worst thing we could have done because now that we understand words and we attach them to things and what that does, it takes away our confidence. It takes away our ability to be strong through the things we need to be strong through, and it really destroys us. So here's why words don't work. You know, it really messes up our thinking, first of all. And then, you know, we have problems decoding our issues because of it. You know, we can't decode any issues, you know, because like the words we are using to attach or to better describe or understand our issues. And then you know, we have a lot of unmatched meaning to words. Like sometimes we use words when words come up in our head and they don't even have the right meaning. You know, we take words and we just put them on ourselves. And last but not least, they become overwhelming. So instead of using words whenever you have thoughts, okay, whenever you have thoughts and you're trying to understand your thoughts, understand what you're feeling, replace that with like some simple things like images. Okay, so whatever image you can put in your head, it can be an image of me, image of like, you know, watching this, you know. So something, put an image in your head, replace it with a positive image, okay. Or if it's something that like you really stuck on, it can be a negative image. As long as you have a picture of it, you can then begin to like start like understanding it better. Like, oh, okay, so this is why I'm thinking this. This is why I'm afraid. This is why, you know, I feel depressed or whatever the case may be. You can also replace it with smells, so a certain scent. You know, it can be a cologne you like. It can be like a food you like. It can be, you know, like some other type of, you know, combinations of smells, a body wash or, you know, whatever, lotion, a type of like oil or something. And then you can also use the sense of touch, you know, touch sensations. Okay, so whatever like type of touch you really like, you know, a touch you have like felt in the past, or you know, a certain touch, something you have felt, or like a texture of something. All right, you know, use that to help you understand or better think about the things you need to think about. All right, moving right along. Any questions or comments right now? I will open the floor for questions and comments. Wow, I take another sip of water. And it's 8:49, and we will begin to start speeding this thing on up. We all, you know, we approaching that like 10-minute mark, so you will begin to see me speed up a little bit more. So we're on to the last part. Acting and being radical. This is my favorite part right here. This is when we start taking some serious action in our lives. All right. This is when we start really applying the things we have learned so far in this presentation. Once we leave this presentation, we go out and we just go do it. We just go get crazy. We get real crazy. So I want you to think about right now, what is your current job role? If you don't have a job, think about what it is you do. You know, whether that be school, you might be a mom, you might be a sibling, you might be a godmom or something. You know, you could be a god dad. You know, whatever you may be. You know, you want to, um, think about what it is your current job role. And if you want to, you can share it with the group. You know, you can put it in a text box if you have access to the text box. You know, you can let me know some other way. All right. Moving right along. All right. So here is a quote that I created right here. This is what I say to myself a lot. To not only think of possibilities, but actually live in the possibilities. So it's one thing to think about all the different possibilities of life, all the different things you can make happen possible in your life, but it's another thing when you actually live in those possibilities. We have to start living in those possibilities rather than just thinking about them. Okay? It's cool to just, have wishful thinking, have goals, have things, you want to accomplish, make happen. But it's another thing when you actually start living in those possibilities. But you say, well, that's hard. Well, is it really? So why might it be hard? It may be hard because you're not making any radical decisions in your life. You're not making any radical decisions. You're not practicing radical decision making. Okay? So we wanna make some radical decisions in our lives. So first it starts off with you challenging yourself. You have to challenge yourself and you have to test your honesty with yourself. So if you feel like you ain't been honest with yourself, now is the time to be honest with yourself. You need to start being honest with yourself. Stop lying, okay? Or stop selling yourself on this bull, on this BS, all right? On this monarchy, all right? Stop that. Start being truly honest with yourself and test it. Test it out. So start calling yourself on BS, all right? Then next, you want to start making some small instant change, all right? Do something very small. It don't have to be something like extra big and gigantic. You can do something super small that'll be, just as radical as like doing something like jumping off a bridge, doing bungee jumping or something. Okay? But you want to do one way to challenge yourself right away is to replace your current style. So whatever your dress style is, whatever your style is, replace it. Just out of nowhere, just wear something different the next day. You know what I'm saying? Do something you never thought you would do. Okay? And then you want to associate yourself to something. Okay? Associate yourself to something. It can be, something as like, okay, my name is Marcus. I am a life coach. Okay? For example. Okay? My name is da da da. I am an astronaut. I don't know. Maybe you want to be an astronaut, or maybe you want to be somebody who goes around, feeding animals or something like or saving endangered animals. I don't know. I'm just thinking about something, but whatever it is, associate yourself to that something, and then after that, you're gonna start making some radical actions. This all leads up to radical actions. It should lead up to you being able to make some radical actions in your life, or take some radical actions rather in your life. Move right on along. So, radical actions. Here are some right here. We start by picking and wearing new colors, right? And then that's you're hitting that right. It's small. That's a small change you can make in your life right away. Then from there, we're going to make it bigger. We're going to do something bigger. You want to develop a mantra, something you repeat to yourself. Like, for me, it's like, think possible, be possible. My only reality is now. Saying? Just keep saying that. Like, I'm the best. I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Be all I can be. Whatever. Develop something you use day to day that keep you going. Something that's going to make you say, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that woman. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. From there, it's going to get bigger. You're going to cut off all unhealthy relationships. So whatever unhealthy relationship you may find yourself in, you want to cut it off. Cut it right off. Clean off. Forget about it. It's over. Cut it off. And that's scary, man. For a lot of us, that's scary. We find that hard to do. We struggle with cutting off unhealthy relationships. Now, I have found myself having to do that constantly throughout my life. And I have literally cut people off, and and they just wonder like why, because I had to do something radical in order to like push myself towards success, or push myself towards feeling better. Here's the biggest radical action you can take of all. Start having some Uninterrupted time, me time. Have some time to yourself. Start having at least 1 hour per day. And then from there, start having one whole day per week of uninterrupted me time. Okay, now I used to do the whole days, but I don't do it anymore. But I'm getting back to it. When I feel the need that I need it, I'm going to incorporate it. But right now, I'm doing 1 hour per day, at least 1 hour per day. Sometimes a little bit more than 1 hour per day, where I'm not answering any texts or like anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just take the time out for me, and just really reflect on me or do something for myself. That could be shopping, a haircut. Like could be anything. Just self care. This all I'm talking about. All right, moving right along. Are there any questions? Any questions? Because we are getting towards the end. We 5 minutes left. Going on 4 minutes now left in the presentation. Any questions? All right. So here's a summary. We talked about how to be tougher when it comes to really examining yourself. We talked about how to properly think, more efficient thinking so that you can better focus and begin to like really uncover how to, share the new part of you or share the parts of you that needs to be shared to begin to get some help, some real help in your own walk in your life. Okay. We talked about being able to act, being acting in your role, acting in the role you want to be in, on this earth, no matter what it is, and in order to like be able to move into that role, you have to start being radical in your decisions, radical in your thinking, radical in your choices. Once again, our key message. Remember this. If you don't remember anything, confidence transcends into being fearless and that into adaptability. All right. So here's an action plan for everybody, okay? We like again, we 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes left. I got an action plan for you guys. I want you to identify your obstacle, your biggest obstacle in life right now, whatever it may be. Identify your biggest obstacle. And then I want you to get some type of support. All right? Find some positive people in your life. Find your network of people who's going to truly support you. Okay? Restart reaching out for some support. And then last but not least, connect with me. Get back to me, so that you can better understand the materials that I presented here tonight. I got a lot of things I can offer you guys and get you along your way. All right. So, of course, I said, I'm not here to sell you. You don't have to buy anything from me, but here's an offer for you, though. So this is an offer to those who like just really feel like they need some one-on-one time with me. Some true one-on-one time with me. And if you feel like you need some one-on-one time, I do offer one-on-one video or email coaching. So you're going to be getting world-class support. I'm going to be offering you a plan that's tailored and custom made to you, specific to you, and to your problem and issue, and to your goals and objectives in your life. I'm going to be offering step-by-step guided strategies. And then we're going to be doing a lot of performance and mindset coaching. You get that also. And then also you get access to my members only site. So I do have a members only website, that's going to be kicking off like into the new year. And that site, that gives you access to like a lot of like tools, a lot of things that like I have learned along the way, that has given me the experience to help other people, and that just help me to stay propelled and like motivated and amped up, as far as like just doing things that I always wanted to do, like reaching my goals and like seeing a lot of my dreams come true. That particular package right now, like like it usually goes for like $14,997.95, but the VIP pricing here tonight is like $6,997. All right, and 95 cents. So I do got payment plans too if it's something that you cannot come up with in full. So just get with me if it's something you really want to take advantage of. You know, get with me. And I'll help you out. One thing I want to do, if somebody really really wants my service, somebody really wants one-on-one coaching with me, I try to work with them. All right. So what will you do now? All right, that is the question. All right. So now what's not featured on here is like I do have another offer too. It's a special webinar offer where I have my group coaching. Group coaching is like it gives you a lot of opportunity to be connected with other people, and like you get a chance to share your information. Far as like your challenges, your struggles, you get to find out that like, hey man, there's people going through just as worse issues as I'm going through, and so from there, what can I do? So yeah, so like group coaching is really good. You get 1 month free of like one-on-one coaching with me too when you sign up for the group coaching, and then you get access to the members only site. And that particular program is going on sale right now for a special price of $297. So $297 or $99 a month. Okay, and it's a 3 month program, real good. You get a chance to be part of like my first quarter group coaching sessions, and at the end of that, there is like a special thing that I give away to all of those who are involved in the group coaching session. I'm gonna advertise it again. I will send you this information too. I will also give you the recording of this. So you get a special recording of this webinar in an audio form. So that's all I have for you. I want to thank you guys once again for attending. When you get a chance, visit the website to set up a free breakthrough transformation clarity call with me. So in order to do that, you just visit. You can visit MarcusHartEnterprises.com, or you can visit this link right here. Is goo.gl /BX10CP like Papa. So once again, that's goo.gl /B like Brandon, X like X-ray, the number one, O like Oscar, C like Charlie, P like Papa. All right. And don't forget to download your exclusive free ebook edition of 30 Days to Transform Mentally and Spiritually. Get your hands on that. That's a wonderful book, man. It's going to really help you out in your journey and your walk towards greatness. It's definitely been a pleasure being in front of you guys here tonight. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. All right. And that's all for you. Thank you guys a lot. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love to each and every one of you guys. That's all I have for you.